The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily represent those of NCTV, its officers and volunteers, or Cox Cable or Frontier Communications, their employees, or the town of Newington, its elected officials or employees. The producer of this program is solely responsible for its content.
Good to see you. How's everything going? Nice to see you. We are live on your community access television station, Channel 14, with the new Talk to the Mayor program. New and improved. We've moved it actually to the second Monday of the month. No, it wasn't. It was just we had some conflicts, right?
We had a budget meeting last Monday, the first Monday.
Okay.
The town manager, how dare she, schedule these meetings without checking my television schedule.
So we're going to normally be doing it on the first Monday then again?
Monday. I laid down the law after that.
Oh, that's why you're the mayor.
Yeah.
He's your mayor. Mayor Roy Z. Good to see you.
Mr. Parker, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. People are already asking if you're running again. Are you running again, or you're not saying anything yet?
I'm not saying yet.
Okay. I ran into that today. Somebody says, oh, yeah, is he going again? I'm like, I don't know. So you're not saying anything.
We'll keep them guessing.
Term limits?
No term limits.
No term limits here in Newington, right?
No, the voters decide the term limits.
That's true.
They get to the point where they say, throw the bums out, and they do.
And they're gone. So how's everything been going for the last month or so? I mean, was February okay?
It's been busy.
Yeah.
Busy gearing up for budget, town hall renovation, and, of course, preparing for our big annual event, one of our big annual event, which is the Chamber of Commerce's annual State of the Town program.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's why these people are here with you.
Our guests today.
I never know who you're bringing along. Who have you got?
Who have I got? I've got with me Kathy Braga, who is president of the Newington Chamber, and Peter Forsalina, who is the executive director of the Newington Chamber. In other words, the new Gail Whitney.
Ah, the new Gail Whitney. I guess Gail went on to greener pastures, or she retired, I think, didn't she?
She retired. She decided she'd rather be a grandmother than work for a living.
Go figure. I think that happened to my sister Kathy too. You get those grandchildren, and pretty much it's time to.
I guess so.
Oh my gosh! Now, Kathy, you're the president of the chamber.
That's correct.
You're the executive director. So that means if there's a problem, you can tell him to leave, or he can tell. How does this work? Are you guys on the same footing here, or how does this go?
I'm a volunteer.
You're a volunteer. Oh, okay. And you have the company car. No. The Newington.
Did I miss that one?
The credit card.
That counts.
So now, Pete, are you going to be maintaining the office, or what are we going to be doing in Newington Center? Because Gail was always in there so many days a week.
We have a presence still in Newington Center. I'm working, trying to be out in the community a little bit more.
Oh, good.
So I'm not there, 3 days a week like she had been.
Yeah.
But what I am doing is I'm checking in there typically 4 to 5 days a week, and being out within the community talking to different businesses most of the time. We do have a new admin that's in the office, and she's typically there from...
Is that administrative assistant?
Yes.
Okay, good.
We have a new administrative assistant. Thanks, Steve.
I heard that admin stuff.
Yeah, we have a new administrative assistant that's in a few days a week, and we have signs on the doors giving my phone number out if I'm out in the community. So certainly, I don't think we've missed out on anything.
Good. Now, how long have you been in the position there?
I started the 1st of November, so it's been 4 months. It's been a very interesting 4 months. We've had great opportunities, and I think we've done fairly well in terms of the growth of our membership, as well as being very visible to our current membership.
Cool. What do you
Yeah.
think? Is he doing okay so far?
So
You're the
far,
mayor. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, you spend more time around here than
Well,
I.
he didn't run out screaming from the old G. Fox building when Kathy and a few others had him running back and forth with the auction prizes.
Oh, did you have that?
We did.
Yeah.
How did that go for you?
It was an incredible success, as
It
always.
was very nice.
Isn't that a
very
beautiful
nice.
place over there?
That is a wonderful venue for an event like that.
Yeah.
My only regret, if you want to call it that, is that I couldn't talk DOT into rerouting the fast track bus to go all the way to the G. Fox building, which I thought would be a great
Yeah,
marketing tool for them.
Yeah.
As it is, they turned down Asylum Street. I mean, they just have to go one more block. So, but you're,
You know, that's not a-
you're dealing with a bureaucracy.
You know that's not a department store anymore, right?
Yes, I do know.
That might have had something to do with the bus pulling up there. It's changed a lot. And it's like a grand, was it like a ballroom down there? Do they have
Yeah.
multiple rooms?
They do. We use actually the mezzanine, the atrium, and the ballroom. So we had, we usually go anywhere from 300 to 400 people, 250 plus auction items. It's an incredible way for local businesses to participate, advertise their business. People come. It's a social event. I mean, it's quite a well-rounded event. And this was our 15th year doing it, so we've gotten pretty good at it.
Now, you were saying you had something with the state of the town. What was that about, you were saying?
The state of the town was
Thursday.
last Thursday.
Yeah. And were you guys at that also?
They ran it. They
You
had
ran, oh, this was your baby. Okay, because I hear everybody trying to grab credit for it.
They
Yeah.
ran it. This was in a slightly different venue as well. Usually it's been held in the high school cafeteria.
Yep.
With the breakfast prepared by the culinary arts class with great bacon, I might add.
Yes,
Great
we
bacon.
love that bacon.
And this year it was moved to, what do they call it, the event center?
It was in the event center. We had a discussion with the culinary staff about the size of the audience, and the event center is a new area in the high school that it's very contemporary. It's a little bit more intimate look and feel than the cafeteria, and they can fit up to 90 people in there. And
That's like in that back corner, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we had an event over there. That's terrific.
And it was a very nice event, very nice event.
And I guess from the notes that I'm seeing here, Patty Foley told us the state of the town is on demand right now or on nctv.org.
That's right.
So if you want to go look at it, it's right there. And just go to nctv.org and punch it up. And hopefully,
You can watch it.
did anybody preview it first? Are we okay?
It's okay.
Okay, usually when Patty watches over these things, without Patty, we'd never get
Yeah, and if
anything
she
done.
blushes, then it doesn't go on. But
Now, Kathy, you were mentioning that you've gone into the family business now, right?
That's right.
So, because you used to, how long were you with Middlewoods?
I was with United Methodist Homes for probably 13 plus years.
Okay, so that's a
Yeah.
group.
So that, yeah,
And
Middlewoods
part of
Newington.
United Methodist Homes?
Yep, Middlewoods of Newington is owned by United Methodist Homes. And then my husband became sole owner of the family business in 2015. And we said, if I was going to work a lot of hours and do a lot of stuff, I could do it for our family business and help.
Because he was going to have you do it whether you left the other.
Exactly. And, we had 2 little kids, and it just made sense. And so it's been great. It's been life-changing for all of us. So it's been really good.
Does it make you miss Middlewoods? And you can't. No, you can't say that right.
No, of course I miss all of my people from
Yeah.
Middlewoods. I mean, it was an amazing experience. That was a great life experience. But I get to be with my kids on and off the bus every day, sick days, snow days. It's been really amazing to be able to be a professional and still do the things that I enjoy.
You operate out of the home?
I operate out of our home.
Didn't get better than that.
Yeah, it's great. So if you need tree work, call B&M Tree Service.
Well, no, but I mean, yes, and now we have to charge her
I
for
can
saying.
vouch. I called them.
You did?
Yes.
Yeah.
They took care of your trees, huh?
Just about.
yeah, we're just waiting for that ground to stay frozen long enough. So
Yeah, I guess that.
I got a good price, and I know it's good people, so I was impressed because I got an insurance certificate in the mail 2 days after Kathy's husband came by and gave me the estimate on it, and I signed off. So
Wow, that's something. The fact that you finally found a way to spend more time with your kids. It doesn't get any better than that.
For sure.
Now, Peter, what about your background? You've been in Newington, you said 24 years, is that right?
Yeah, 25 years. We moved here in, the end of 93. We live up on Candlewick Drive. I've worked with two companies for 35 years in a sales and sales management capacity, and had the opportunity to retire early and spent, as you asked earlier, Steve, I spent just a quick 6 months doing things around the house and doing things that I consider me time.
Yes.
In terms of doing things away from work. But I really had the opportunity to realize that I wanted to do something.
Well, how many years had you been working?
Well, I'd been working for the last 35 years in sales and sales management for two companies. In fact, the first company that I worked with, I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Zartarian when he was the IT manager here for the town of Newington.
Oh, yeah.
And I was the sales guy for Wang Laboratories at that point. So I've known Roy for 30-some-odd years. And
Go back a ways.
Yeah. And so when I had the opportunity to move out from my business last year and recognize that I still wanted to do something, but I didn't want to get back into corporate America. I wanted to do something local, maybe give the opportunity to work locally in town without a lot of travel. And so made some contacts. I actually talked to our police chief, Steve Clark, and to Roy. And Steve originally had mentioned this opportunity with the chamber, and that's how I got in touch with Kathy. And I think, from the first conversation, it was fairly positive on both sides, and I think we've gone, the last 4 months has been really good working together.
How about our numbers? How are we doing as far as chamber members and, where are we at this year versus previous years, or how are we doing?
You want me to take
Yeah, I think the numbers are, they grow and they change on a regular basis. But I would say that the momentum that we have this year is pretty positive. We're pretty excited about it. And I think that, obviously the chamber has been a staple in town. People know that you join the Chamber of Commerce because it's, that good housekeeping seal of approval. I think that's why a lot of people used to join. But now, as Pete talks about, the Chamber of Commerce, we mean business. And he's really out in the community talking about what that means and what are those chamber benefits and why should you become a chamber member. And there are people who've had businesses in town for 20 years and they say, well, no, I never really was a member of the chamber. I wasn't really quite sure what it did for me. And Pete says, well, let me tell you. And he's been, I keep saying that he's knocking on doors and kissing babies. And, he's done a really great job of growing legs on this momentum for the chamber. So it's been great.
Oh my gosh, I was back, I think, involved with the chamber back even in the 1980s with Bob Newbold and some of the gang. And I think the biggest objection I always heard would be when people say, oh, geez, I don't have time for any more meetings. You say, you're going to have to go to a meeting and talk about the benefits and talk about, whether back then it was I think it was the credit unions and there was all kinds of bonuses for your company because you'd have the clout of a big company if you were a small company. But so more often than not, people still need to be educated on it. And by doing what you're doing, walking around and going to these different events makes a big difference.
There's one of the things that we had to figure out very quickly, and I had positioned to both Kathy and our board, was the idea that we had to really be able to promote and articulate the value of the chamber to the business, to the businesses in town. And that's one of the first things that we did together was to develop a value proposition and be able to go out to the businesses and talk to that. And it's been incredibly well received. I think we've, over the course of the last 3.5 months or so, we've opened up another 20 new businesses that have joined our chamber, and I think that's fairly significant because I think that the growth that they were expecting might have been 20 or 25 a year, and we've been able to do that in just a few months. I think it's all about visibility. It's all about being visible, being active, and although this is considered a part-time initiative, I've invested in it to make it more than a part-time initiative, and it's fun. It's engaging. We got a tremendous group of board of directors, and I'm just, I feel great that I'm able to represent them as part of our chamber and bringing this value to our town.
Sound pretty good to you? Sounds like a good deal to me.
It's a very good deal.
Well, the key to what he said, though, and that I found, remember Keith Chapman when he was our town manager? And Keith was wonderful because Keith would actually go around and he would talk to the businesses. And the main thing is, like I know you did when you first got in, and you still keep in touch with all the businesses, because the worst thing is if somebody's not happy in town, and if somebody isn't asking, are you happy, they'll just go. They'll leave. They'll close up. They'll go to another town, and you never know why. And I think by checking in and showing somebody you care enough to ask, because that was the whole thing. Not only did they not know about the chamber, but they also really didn't get the sense of anybody caring that they were in town. Because I know as soon as you got in there, Roy, you were handing out certificates to businesses and saying thank you for being in Newington, and keeping those lines open got to be the main thing.
The Development Commission's initiative to recognize the businesses that had been here for at least 25 years and those that had just gotten started. So
Joe Linares from the public market, he was so thrilled. He says, in all the years that I've been here, he was showing me the certificate. He says, nobody ever really came in and recognized my business like that.
They had it laminated and the plaque. It's up on the office wall.
But I mean, it says a lot, for just to have the lines of communication open. So now you guys are doing we used to call it business with a twist. Are you doing like the things at the end of the day and going into business
after hours?
Business after hours, okay.
As a matter of fact, we were just talking about
I led right into it. Look at that, boy. Just
you did.
Under soft pitch right there to you.
So one of the ideas that we had positioned was to give our chamber members the opportunity to promote their own businesses. And in the first couple months, we've actually done 2 of those business after hour events, and they've been very well attended. We've had 30, 35 people at each of those of chamber members, and it's a great opportunity for our members to showcase their business and to promote their business. And I was just telling Kathy this morning that I actually had to put together a schedule because we've gotten such a great response to this business after hours. Between now and the end of May, we already have 9 businesses that have signed up for either a ribbon cutting, a business after hours, or a business before hours. And again, I'm trying to do 2 or 3 of these a month and try to keep them engaged with our membership. So it's been great, and I've had a really positive response to it from members and from the new members coming on and saying this is just one of the value points that they can help, that the chamber can help promote and introduce their business to other people within town.
Boy, I tell you, that's what it's all about. I used to go to some of those events, and I talk to businesses in town and just say, geez, have you joined the chamber? And if nothing else, join for the fact that you can have a gathering here before or after hours and get to meet some of the people. Because I had a guy say, oh, why the heck would I want to do that? And I'm going, well, you're a business, right? And you got things you're offering a service, right? So how much is it going to cost you to have some folks come in here and you can let them look around the place and talk to it? Oh, yeah. I mean, so many people think that, what is it, how do you base the pricing as far as becoming a member goes? How does that size up? Is it depending on the size of your business?
It is. It's based on the size of the business, the amount of employees that are in the business. It's a really scalable model, but most of our members are anywhere between $200 and $500 a year. In terms of the larger ones are more towards the $500. But up to 5-6 employees, it's very inexpensive to support that.
Yeah.
And one of the ideas that we've just done is anyone that's coming on now, I had people that said, well, can you prorate it? And I said, no, I'm not going to prorate it for you. I'm going to give you the next 2 months because we start June 1st is the start of our fiscal year. Yeah. So actually, we've had a nice influx in the last couple weeks of people saying that, yeah, we'd like to join. Let's get started now, so we can start promoting our business sooner than later. So, we were talking about some of these ideas with business after hours and ribbon cutting, and just in the last 3 or 4 weeks, we've had several businesses come into town. We had Artichoke Basile Pizza. where we did a ribbon cutting ceremony. We have Chick-fil-A opening up on Thursday, where we'll be doing a ribbon cutting ceremony. And we also had IPP, Industrial Protection Products, that opened up on the Turnpike. We went to see them. Roy, I don't know if you had the opportunity to go see them.
Yeah.
I felt really great because I was the first one in Connecticut to buy a pair of boots from them. So
And what are they?
They're a industrial protection products.
Okay.
They have safety shoes and prescription eyewear.
Really? Now, where are they located?
They're located on the Berlin Turnpike.
Back of the current Express Kitchens building.
Okay, like over where Red Wing is, too. Because Red Wing, isn't
They're
Red Wing out in the
gone.
front?
They're gone.
No, they're gone.
Oh, Red Wing is gone?
They're
Okay.
gone. No, it's the east side of the Turnpike.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
No, Red Wing is still there. They're at the other end. You know, that's.
Oh, I know. Yes, I know.
When you said
I
shoes,
know
I thought of that.
No, New England safety shoe is long
Oh,
gone.
I know. Did you see what's going in over there? Do you have an
It's
idea?
O'Reilly Auto Parts is going in over there.
Well, finally, another auto parts place on the Berlin Turnpike. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That's a pretty aggressive chain too, from what I understand.
Yeah.
I know I hear their ads a lot. O'Reilly Auto
Yeah,
Parts.
maybe you ought to
That's why I'm in the world.
send them a tape.
I'm into World of Jingles. You know,
Send them a tape.
Now, so looking at your hit list right now, are there certain businesses that that you've been, boy, if we could only get this one on board? Are there certain ones that you like have your eye on, or I mean, there's got to be some like I just been trying to hit the door a few times, and for some reason, that's a challenge.
It's a really good question, Steve.
Only because we're on TV here. I figure if we could, we can reach that person.
No, one of the ideas that we've done is I sort of mapped out where should I be spending time.
Okay.
And I've been spending time down in Market Square. I've been spending time on the Berlin Turnpike. I've been spending time over on Fenn Road.
Yeah.
Large concentration of businesses. What I just did, thanks to our friends at the library, is I just got from the library and was just looking through it this morning, just a listing of all of our Newington's largest businesses, and I was starting to go through that today, looking at targets, looking at target accounts that we should go that we're not at. The good part of it was that we were in many of those right now.
good.
They are current members of ours, but there are a handful that we're not in, and so I'm making that a point over the next month or so to try to get into each and every one of those and at least have an introductory meeting.
Yeah, and the way the town is growing, I'm sure that's not an easy task, to try to get around to everybody.
Well, it's not, but we have as I said earlier, we have a great team in place with our board of directors, and the way that we've done it is we've done a teaming approach that one person cannot go see all these different groups. So we've set up a referral system with our board, and it seems like every week I'm hearing from someone from our board say, "Hey, Pete, you need to go check out this business or that business." Yep. And we've had a very good close rate on that. I think once we have the opportunity to get in and talk with them, typically we have had a good close rate, and I'm hearing back from them within a week, 2 weeks,
Good.
and so it's been very positive. But you're right, there's a lot going on in 3.5 months. So.
Well, I think it's important that people know the opportunities there. And if you're just tuning in right now, this is our Talk to the Mayor program. We moved it a week because of some different things going on within the town. So we moved it from the 4th of March to the 11th of March. And our guest in the studio, Kathy Braga, of course, the president of the Newington Chamber of Commerce, and Peter Forcelina, who's our new executive director. You said 24 years here in the town, right? And you've got 3 kids who went to school in town, right?
Yes.
All right, so you've seen a lot of change over those 24 years, I'll bet, huh?
Absolutely, but I've also had the opportunity in this capacity to go do several things at the high school, and I'm very supportive of our Newington school systems. They were great to my family personally, to my daughters, and so I want to be able to support our town. So we've done some things with the high school already with. Supporting their DECA program, they had a Shark Tank opportunity where I went in and served as a Shark Tank on their panel.
Oh, great.
And getting to do that. We're also doing things with the high school with their lunch and learn programs as well. So the school system has been very close to us. Pam Ennis is from the school, from Newington High, is the liaison to our chamber. So we have an education liaison. And we're certainly doing things with the Board of Ed as well.
Speaking of the schools, we have a couple of basketball tournaments coming up that we should make note of, because we've got the Super Hoopla basketball tournament, which is going to be, they do that every year for the Youth Adult Council, so we're able to get more scholarships out to our kids. And we've got, that one's going to be coming up on the 22nd, and it's teams of students from 4th to 8th grade from the Newington schools. It's going to be Thursday, March 22nd from 5 to 10 p.m. And let's see, we also have, they got pizza, all kinds of good stuff, all kinds of goodies. Bring a non-perishable food item, of course, we always ask for that. And it's just, adults are $5 at the door. Students and seniors are just $2. And I think, so that's going to be on the 22nd of March. It's a lot of fun to see these kids out there playing.
At the high school gym.
Yep, at the new the regular high school gym, not the old high school gym.
Right.
Yeah, and then after that, the following week, we have the Kiara McDermott baskall tournament is coming up at the end of March also.
That time of year.
And a great police officer, as well as our resource officer at the high school, Kiara. Unfortunately, we lost her a few years ago. We lost her due to a domestic violence situation and a very disgruntled person in her home. It was an old boyfriend that was, let's just say she didn't know he was there in the house, and unfortunately we lost her. She was a great, great woman, so every year we celebrate Kiara's life with the Kiara McDermott basketball tournament, and that again is the end of March. So the gymnasium over there is going to be pretty busy with some basketball over the end of the month. So again, there's more information if you want to go take a look at these things. I think on it, you probably go to
town's website.
The town's website and see all the different things are there.
The Human Services or Youth Services pages would have that.
Yep.
I know Hoopla is carefully managed bedlam.
Oh, yeah. Well, we could never pull it off without Sandy Pills.
Oh, yeah. Sandy gets 4 games going at once.
Oh, it's incredible. 4 games at once on that court.
That's right.
And it's like one big math problem, how he,
I know. Somehow they managed to work it all out. The pizza tends to be pretty good, I've found.
Yeah. Well, the pizza goes fast, but I'll tell you the thing that really goes fast are these, what are they, the ring pops? The kids all love these ring pops. It's crazy.
I'll stick with pizza. I'm too old for a ring pop.
Okay, so let's see. I've got, that's a bit of a, I've got the 22nd is Friday. I'm here, it says Thursday, so we got to check that out. Because I know Kiara is the 29th, the following Friday, so we might want to double check that date on that. But I'm sure, again, if you go over to the town website and get more information on that. Really, really good stuff going on.
Why don't you give a phone number or a text number in case people have questions for us while we're on the air?
Oh, yeah. We can do that text number right there.
It is right on the screen.
That's our phone number. And if we want, Vicki, we can do the text number. And that's 860-305-9801. 860-305-9801. That's this right here. If you want to text us a question, we'll leave this up for the rest of the evening. So again, this is our Talk to the Mayor program for March 11th. Kathy Braga and, of course, Peter Forsalina in the studio with us. And I tell you, doing some good stuff. How about have we got the showcase this year?
So actually this year we decided to rework the showcase a little bit and do something a little different. So we scrapped the showcase for this year.
Okay.
We did, yeah.
That's a delicate way to put it. We took it, we're going in another direction.
Going in another direction.
Well, how many years have we been doing that show?
About 25.
Yeah.
And
I can
it's
remember
been
that.
a long time.
Wow.
And it was
time for a break.
It was time for a break and time for us to, again, take things in a new direction. How do we want to position that to really showcase the businesses in the best light and really have it be a productive day for them? Nobody wants to go and spend their day setting up a booth and spending their day sitting there if people aren't coming through.
It's a difficult one. I remember I was so fortunate that they finally added home to it, because when it was Business Showcase, I used to say, it's awful hard to get people to want to think business on a Saturday. They want
Sure.
more of a home thing, so by the home aspect helped it a lot too. But
Yeah.
I totally understand that you got to change it up a bit.
Yeah. So, and that's one of the things as Pete's talking about, doing more business after hours, being out in the community a lot more, getting businesses together more, having them network with each other has been great. All of the events that we do also showcase the businesses in that with their sponsorships and with the things that they bring to the table for the events. We just had a really incredibly successful comedy night. So, the Chamber of Commerce, yes, we mean business. We're bringing businesses together to do business because, of course, you're doing business with chamber members, do business with other chamber members. But we also are engaging the town and engaging the community. So it is really becoming, this much greater thing.
Was this with Treehouse Comedy?
It was,
Yep,
yeah.
yep, yep.
Yeah, we had a packed house. It was amazing. The comedians were fabulous. We had it at Indian Hill,
Yep.
And it was really well attended and really well received. This month, March, we are having a new raffle, which is kind of exciting, and it is raffling off a cruise. French's Travel is working with us, and it's this $2,500 cruise voucher it's a cruise for two out of New Jersey, I think.
To the Bahamas.
To the Bahamas. It's
Out of New Jersey. Wait a minute. The water must be near there, right? Out of New Jersey. You got to think of us. Yes, that's right. Because I remember, what did we used to go out of? Well, is that the port? No. Is there another port?
Yeah, it's just over the New York line.
Oh, okay,
So when we say New Jersey, so one of the things that we did was we wanted to provide a cruise where there wasn't a lot of cost for the winter to have to go to travel down to Florida and and take a cruise from there. So by doing something out of the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area, someone can drive down there, leave their car for a week, and not have to incur the expense of getting down to the area where they're going to leave from the cruise.
That's like you win a trip somewhere and it doesn't include the airfare.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the other thing too is that if cruises just aren't your thing, you can actually take that cruise voucher and go to French's Travel and book a $2,500 trip somewhere.
Oh, really?
So,
okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing a note up here. Is it Bayonne, New Jersey? Is that right?
Bayonne, New
that's
Jersey.
it. Bayonne.
Bayonne, New Jersey.
So, and one of the things that with this particular raffle that's kind of interesting is that a limited amount of tickets. Tickets are for sale for only $25 each, but we're only selling 400 tickets. Mm-hmm. So there's a great opportunity for someone, that someone buys a book of tickets for $100. They have a much better chance. We're not selling thousands of tickets.
Right.
It's a finite number, and I think this is going to be a big opportunity for people in the town that are going to want to take part in that. You want to talk a little bit about the business seminar series as well?
Yeah, so this is another thing that we've been working on. We've done them.
What is it called?
It's our business seminar series.
Okay.
So we've done them, historically we have done things for new businesses coming to town, how to start your business, legal things that you need to know about when you start your business. Here's some accounting information. And we had various experts within the town who would come and lead these seminars, and it was great. But it was missing some of the piece of, well, I already own an existing business in town, and so it wasn't really touching our current members. It was only really reaching out to prospective members or to brand new members. And so we said, what can we do? And so we had our first seminar was a few weeks ago, and it was about your
it was protecting your online business reputation.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was so amazing. And we had people who have been in business for 10 years who came and learned things and walked away going, oh, I didn't know that.
So did somebody speak at this? Did you have a keynote speaker?
Yeah, Ray Mishno, who has just actually, he's from town, and he joined the chamber in the fall, and we happened to be talking about this thing, and he was like, I would love to do that. That would be great. And he has, decades of online and computer IT experience, and he just so knowledgeable and so great. And so we have them happening every 6 weeks or so. And the next one? The
next one's going to be April 16th. We're going to have a legal concerns within small business. We have an attorney that has come to us and has presented several ideas. And talking to our chamber members, it's an opportunity for small businesses, large businesses, businesses that may not have a legal group to come in and listen. He and I sat down and worked out a proposed agenda, and I showed it to our board, and I had several of my board members come up to me afterward and say, this is very, very relevant, and this will go very well, to our membership. So we're doing things like that. So that's the second one that's going to be in the middle of April. We have a couple others coming as well with social media within small business.
Oh, yeah.
And then another one that's sales and business prospecting. One of the things that a lot of the businesses, they have these small businesses in town, but they never really have had a background in terms of sales or business development. And, it's difficult for them. So we have a couple of our chamber members and board members that have experience in business development that have offered to support that level of discussion. So we're looking to do these probably every 6 to 8 weeks. They're being held, in town. And I think that we had a great response from the first one. I think each one will build upon that. So that's one of the ideas when Kathy talked about, giving value. We sort of step back from the business showcase, but we still want to give our members an opportunity to showcase their business and also meet with other business people.
We just got a note here. How can people buy tickets for the Chamber of Commerce Cruise Raffle?
They go on sale as of today.
Today?
Running a raffle, to my surprise, is there's a lot of rules and regulations
you're not
associated
kidding.
with
You're
that.
not kidding.
Right.
Just to be able to say raffle takes a lot to do that. Yep.
Exactly. So we have, we've gone through that entire process here within the town. We checked out, what had to be done within the town, within the state. So we have gone ahead and got the raffle permit. And tickets are going on sale as of today. They're available at the chamber office or through the chamber office, and as well as in several businesses in town. Karma's Closet, which is on the Berlin Turnpike, Del Sol Spa, Turgeon Jewelers, all of those places will be selling tickets as well. Again, we have a limited number of 400. I think that they should all go, but it's a great opportunity for people.
What about Facebook and website stuff? What have you folks have?
Yeah, I think we're pretty busy.
No, but I mean addresses so we can tell people here.
Oh boy.
Hold on, let me look.
Take a look at your website.
Newington Chamber.
Newington Chamber. I just Google it. I Google Newington Chamber Facebook, and it comes up to our Facebook page.
It's just Newington Chamber of Commerce. That's
beautiful.
And then, of course, don't forget about the 7 a.m. network.
Oh, my gosh. And that's over at Middlewood.
That's over at Middlewood still, yeah.
You know what I think what's really neat that I find, especially if you're a smaller business, because it's a terrifying world if you're flying solo or if you only have 1 or 2 people in your office. So if you want to feel that strength. That's what I always thought was great about the chamber. You felt if you were a smaller business, you felt like you were part of a larger support system. You can learn a lot about other businesses and maybe share some of the same fears and concerns that you have by talking to a couple of people at a chamber event. Or, I mean, I love the Wednesday morning coffee. Yeah, and what is that called?
That's the 7 a.m. network.
The 7 a.m. network. I always had a problem with the 7 a.m. network.
Yeah, it doesn't really start till like 7:30.
Yeah, I was pushing for the 1 a.m. network, and nobody else was on my team for that one. So. But that's always been great. And Bob Newbold is heavily involved with that. And it's just a great place to go and talk a little bit about your business. You had some great speakers in there.
Yeah, and really good networking.
So you've been to that before, Steve?
Yes.
So.
They won't let me back anymore. It's another story. Go ahead.
We're getting a great crowd there. We're bringing in each and every week. There's 25 to 30 people that come to that, and it's a nice breakfast meeting. And what I found is that Newington businesses want to support each other. So it's been very collaborative. There's been a lot of cross-sharing of ideas amongst the people that come to that. So that's sponsored by our chamber, and if people would like to come, it's 7:30 on Wednesday mornings at Middlewoods of Newington.
But start getting there at 7.
But people
Because
do, yeah. People
if
come
you
at
can start
7.
coming in at 7, it gives you a little extra time to kind of mingle a little bit before you
Exactly.
get down to the business side of it.
Exactly.
And I know you guys have always been very generous when somebody wants to come in and talk about their business. And you're always looking for speakers. So if you're out there in the community and you want to find out more, maybe share some stuff about your business, contact the chamber, and maybe they'll have you as a spokesperson at one of their 7 a.m. networks. 7 a.m. You know, it seems like whenever I always just miss it. You know, I'm driving down a Berlin Turnpike and I go, son of a gun. But 7:30 and it's every Wednesday. Even some bad weather, you guys have done it down there. I'm really, really surprised. All right, so Facebook, you're on there.
Facebook, we're
Website,
on.
you Google Newington Chamber, we'll find you.
Yeah,
Well, and don't forget about our Newington Now app as well.
Newington Now app.
Newington Now. We have our own app. It's amazing. And so it's a great tool for anyone to use. You just you download
He's
the
looking
app.
at it right there.
It's a free app. And you can go, and if you're looking for a plumber, well, just type in plumber, and it will show you any plumbers that are local in town, chamber
Really?
members. Yeah,
That's cool,
You want
huh?
There
to
you
want to
go.
support the
Local business.
businesses who support
Absolutely.
the town. So you go to those places, those chamber members.
Okay, so what is the app called?
It's called
Newington
Newington
Now.
Now.
Okay, Newington Now. Okay, beautiful.
And if you go to your app store and bring it up, it will look like this.
Wait a minute, he's holding it up. Can we get a shot of that?
See if we can get zoomed
I don't know if we can get a
on
camera on that thing. Somebody's got a camera out there. I think we see a couple of cameras. Okay, can somebody...
We're
somebody
getting farther away.
Okay, we see that. Okay, so go to the Newington Now. It's hard to hold that up, and I mean hard to see that.
The Newington Now app is on your app store.
Okay.
It's a online business directory of our chamber members.
Okay.
I use it as a business development tool. So I position to our members, that we want to let people know about the app and to be part of the app.
Okay, somebody
Now,
get
do businesses have to apply to appear on that app, or is it based on some
No,
existing directory?
No, the app itself is a business directory for chamber members.
Okay.
Okay. However, it positions all the chamber members by their various business types.
Okay.
But it's
Right.
available
I
to
get it.
anyone. So you can go, if you're a chamber member or not, you can download the app and look at all the different services that are here in Newington. So, from restaurants to healthcare to retail, there's all of those different
Tree
apps.
removal.
Tree removal.
Tree removal, absolutely.
Got to get that in.
Yep. All right, anything else? We good?
Yeah, if anyone, if you have further insight
Yep.
and want to learn more, please feel free to reach out to me, Pete Forcelina at the Newington Chamber. Love to talk
What's the
about.
phone number for the chamber?
Oh, I just give out. I give out.
860? Oh,
Huh?
go ahead.
Yeah, I give out my cell.
Okay.
860.
Yep.
508 1251.
1251. Well, thank you very much for coming in.
Sure.
Appreciate you
Thanks for
spending
having
a little
us.
time with us. We got some business to take care of here. And if you guys would just hang out and we'll see. Somebody might come in and get you. If not, enjoy yourself.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for having
having
us.
us.
No, thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
for
Yeah.
joining us.
Thanks, Rob.
And I hope everyone who's watching found it informative. I'm sure they will.
Support your local chamber.
That's right.
right.
Support your local business. Let's keep the money in Newington.
Thank
Got
you.
it.
Thank you
All right.
both.
All right. Now, Mr. Mayor, what have we got happening around town that we need to be aware of?
Well, you talked about hoopla and
Yep.
the Youth Adult Council coming up on March 22nd, where you can get some decent pizza amidst the controlled bedlam. Carol Lebrecht wants me to tell people about the Human Services Spring 2019 Wellness Wednesdays that are coming up. And that's the first Wednesday in April, May, and June at the Newington Town Hall. 3 sessions. First one's called Wake Up Humans, learn how the body can heal itself.
Wake up, humans.
Second session in May, Mental Health Awareness Forum. It's a panel presentation. Am I mentally healthy? Maybe you and I ought to go to that. And the third session is Alzheimer's, prepared by a board-certified psychiatrist. So these are all on the first Wednesday of the month, April, May, and June, at the Newington Town Hall, and best way is to contact the Town Human Services Department. Get more information at 860-665-8590.
Well, I'll tell you something that Carol's doing some amazing stuff over there at Human Services. Amazing. Some really good stuff.
She is. Well, she's got a good crew there. Got a good crew.
All right. I want to make sure before we go, and a sad note that we note the passing of Ed Pizzella.
Yeah.
Ed was the driving force behind Channel 14. Ed and Ev Weaver and the Andersons and Claire Lear Brown and other names here. Forgive me for not bringing them up. We've always been Paul Glotzer. So many people that have kept this station going through the years, all the way back to Channel 32. But I will say, Ed Pizzella was always our legal eye. Had a love and a passion for 14, and he would always be on the front lines when it came to, shooting the parades. I remember one time we had him up in a bucket truck over Main Street, and Ed loved it. Ed was an amazing attorney, a great friend, a super sense of humor, and he had that right up until the end. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to his whole family. And of course, Steve Pizzella was very. I thank Steve because he took time with me a couple of times over at the house when he was doing some work for me to, fill me in on what was going on with Ed. So I'm very thankful to Steve that I had a little time to go over there and see him. But positive attitude. He loved to act. He loved to do theater. He loved to laugh. But he really was. Without Ed Pizzella, I don't think we'd be here. And I don't think we would have stayed here. And he dealt all the time with the DPUC to make sure we are buttoned up as far as our laws go. There's a lot of heavy laws with cable television, and it's very easy to be out on your keister if you don't follow the exact guidelines by the DPUC. So again, our thoughts and prayers. Real big hit to lose Ed Pizzella, because even up until a short while ago, you could pick him up, pick up on the phone and just say, "Hey, listen, this is going on. What do the laws say about that?" Real tough one. So our thoughts and prayers are with him. Great man. We have one of our rooms here is actually named after Ed Pizzella, and I think we have his name right on the wall there. If I'm correct on that, John, I am. Yes, I am. I know we did a dedication here,
That's right.
and it was nice to be able that he was able to receive that plaque and be part of that. So, real tough one. I wanted to ask you, Chick-fil-A is going this Thursday?
This Thursday.
Because I keep seeing the countdown on the front. What do we must have like 2 days or so, right?
Well, it's Thursday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and it'll be Thursday.
12th, 13th, 14th, the 14th, March 14th, Pi Day, that's Pi Day. 3.14.
What are you supposed to wear?
A pie.
A pie. Whack. I know that too well. All right, so we've been waiting for Chick-fil-A for a long time.
They finally got the opening. They got everything taken care of with zoning. They got their drive-through straightened out. And the buildings, I guess they've done a soft opening.
Okay.
But the big one is coming up on Thursday. And that's also the day of... Oh, I've got budget reviews that night. Lucky me. That's Tuesday and Thursday this month. All town council budget meetings. And
Yep. We're actually sitting in the Edward G. Pizzella television studio. So
that's right.
That's like I say, the driving force behind the place. Oh my gosh. So now you say the budget. How are we looking? I mean, is this going to be a tough budget year? You know.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Anything else you want to know?
Oh, good.
I'll tell you.
Is it going to be a couple of good,
Maybe.
Maybe.
The tough part is trying to decide, do we want to cut services, because that's what we're at this point.
Well, what would be some of the services that we would cut? I'm not saying that we are, but when people hear cut services.
I don't want to open old wounds, but take, for example, the Sunday library hours.
Okay.
That was a service that was cut.
Yep.
There may be other items. You know, I mean, I'm just throwing out maybe something out of human services or something like that. You come right down to the core services, things we have to provide. There's nothing there. I mean, we have to do that. I mean, maybe in the police department, you could cut back something.
Because they're still trying to get more officers, that's for sure.
Redefine patrol districts and put the town in greater jeopardy. Fire department is a volunteer organization. I mean, there's nothing there we can cut.
You can't.
And the problem we've run into is that the grand list growth was pretty anemic. I mean, it grew by 0.6%. And real estate actually took a loss with the demolition of some buildings, like the old Eversource building on the Turnpike and a few others.
Wait a minute, which building that got?
The one that's been torn down that is across from, it's down by
by Best Buy?
Best Buy.
Yep,
yes,
okay.
Next to Best Buy.
So that went down, yeah.
That's gone. And these things have an impact. So with a...
And if we can't get it there, our property taxes are going to keep getting hit. Yeah, I know. That was a tough one this year.
In the meantime, I've got, how much time? Well, we've got a few minutes. Let me just hunt up the numbers here.
Hey, and it looks like, now, how's the library doing over there? Is that parking lot all finished, or where are we at on that?
It should be finished. I think they're waiting for some good weather to wrap up repaving.
Okay.
I've got to check on that. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that should get going. No reason why people can't use it. We got an overall proposed town budget increase of 4.7%. This is what the manager's proposed. She's proposed an increase of the Board of Education of 3%. And finally, a mill rate increase of 3.02%. So that's... Is
that a healthy mill rate increase?
Well, yeah, it's as far as a mill increase goes, more than we'd like to see, obviously.
Yep.
I mean, ideally, you would have your grand list covering your increase in costs, but we don't have that. We don't have. Council has just gotten this. We've had just one budget meeting so far.
Anybody hurt?
Not yet. Not yet. Tomorrow night is the public hearing on the manager's budget. That's March 12th. If you're watching live, if you're watching a rebroadcast, it's too late.
You missed it. Yeah.
You missed it. So that's at 6 p.m. in the town hall. And that's where we are.
So, well, we're dancing around the big thing. Come on, you've been you're all over the room here. We had a nice meeting with these people.
Yes.
Everything's wonderful so far. But the big question is, what's going on with the town hall? That's what everybody wants to know.
That's a good.
Where are we at on that?
That's a good question.
That's what people ask me all the time. They think that you and I are like talking all the time. I said I'll ask them.
Well, I'm glad you did.
How's it looking?
At its last meeting, the council authorized the manager to enter into contracts based on an estimated cost of about $31 million. Some of us did not vote to approve that because the referendum amount was $28.8 million. The contractor, or the construction manager rather, received legal counsel not to go with anything on the $31 million, but rather the numbers, I think the construction bids plus alternates that were at, that brought us up to about $27 million plus. To that number, that is what is going to be on the paper. However, to that number, we've got to add various soft costs that would bring us up to the $31 million. That resolution is going to be acted on at tomorrow night's council meeting.
That should be colorful.
Oh, it should be. It should be a long meeting.
Because, of course, that's the first thing. Whenever you're doing any kind of development, people go, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's going to cost more. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
What are soft costs?
Things like furnishings
Okay.
and wiring for internet, things like that. So
what about the other question is, how are we doing on our search for another superintendent of schools?
my sources tell me that the field has been narrowed down to about 4.
Okay.
That's what my sources tell me. Don't have a direct hand in it, but it looks like they will hit the end of June target for an appointment.
Okay. Well, I think, pretty much if we can get that all squared away, and then before we go, the buses are still all parked over at the high school. Any talk about a bus garage or anything?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right.
One thing at a time.
Well, again,
One thing at a time.
You have to understand that when I'm out, they think that they ask me. They're supposed to call here or text us here, but they figured that I'll just carry it through.
Well, they figure you know everything.
Well, I don't know a darn thing. All I know is how to ask you. And I say, I don't know. He's your mayor. You call and ask him.
Don't forget, we're looking at a 2-year project with the town hall construction. So
maybe you should put the garage right inside the town hall. Anyways, our next program is going to be on March. This is March. It's going to be April 1st. No fooling. April Fool's Day will be here.
And our guest is going to be the Central Connecticut Health District.
Oh,
because
wow.
That's Public Health Week.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
All right, so that'll be on April 1st. And then, of course, I think Vicki Rosenkrantz was telling us to be ready for May because apparently the Rosenkrantzes are going to be all over the place. And she wants us to know that our May program is going to be on the 6th. So we want to thank them. She's going to be traveling. Also want to thank our volunteers.
Here we go.
We got Robert Blank, and then we have Robert J. Blank, Joe Trombetta, Vicki Rosenkrantz, Scott Gruskowski, John Donahue, Ellen Schiller. Also, Patty wants us to know, Patty Foley wants us to know that if you go to nctv.org, you can see the state of the town, which was the big thing. And I want to thank the volunteers here at Channel 14 for putting all that together. And also remember, if you'd like to think about volunteering at Channel 14, like all the great folks we have here tonight, you could just go to any one of our meetings at the end of the month. It's always the last Thursday of the month, more often than not. And if you have an idea, you'd like to volunteer, if you just have an idea and say, geez, I'd like to see this, or you can do your own show. You can put a crew together. I think the Chamber could do their own show if they wanted to. The Boy Scouts.
I'll mention it to them. Next time I see Pete Forsalina or Kathy, I'll mention it.
I think they just have to be careful about how they position it because of commercial things and for-profit companies, but be more than happy to help out. And if
I mean, just one of their business seminars, for example.
Yeah.
Just doing that and rebroadcasting it if it would be okay with the speaker.
Yeah. And, of course, because we are your community access station, Channel 14, that means you have the opportunity to come in here with any ideas you like, and we'll try to help you nurture those ideas, develop those ideas, and take them along the way. All right, now that's going to do it for this edition of Talk to the Mayor. He's your Mayor, Roy Z.
Steve, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
I'm Steve Parker. I wonder if he means that. Abby's still sleeping. All right, we'll see you next time on NCTV 14. Everybody, have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night, all.